respect to at least one business scenario, we talked about it. We took mergers case. If merger happens between two banks where you are holding an account, in that case, how trust is going to help us in order to solve the merger problem, right? So that's where this particular trust importance was seen it. So then after that, we understood the factors that we consider while defining a trust, like age of the data, reliability of the data over time, and validity of the data. So, but these things should be known to the data steward. But if you play a role of data steward, then we have to know that. Then we talked about the trust range, where the minimum trust is what? 0, maximum is what? 100. So we can define any numbers in between for both maximum trust and minimum trust. Yeah? So about decay part, remember guys, whatever business that we start, so nothing is what 100% guaranteed over time. So there will be some decay. So that decay we can also show based on what maximum trust and minimum trust. But if you want 100% of trust throughout, we can do it. But usually, in most of the business cases, right, it would not happen. You know? But there is a provision to define same trust across a number of years. Yeah? Then we talked about like when we can see how we can load the data onto a base object table for trust. So we need to enable what you call trust, like whatever column or key business columns which we are going to use as important columns, then enable them. Then once you enable at column level, yeah? So which means we should not enable too many columns as trust enabled columns, which will hamper performance. Not only that, there is a job called synchronous job that would get failed if we have too many columns. I think I talked about how many columns, all that, right? So then, so we can also have update, which is what I call in case if any change happens, change in the sense with respect to trust. Yeah. So that also we can take it at record level and also what base object level. It's in the sense base object level trust also can be changed, or we in a sense data stewards can also modify the trust at record level. Now, when this particular trust will be effective, I think we talked about that. When you try to perform merge or consolidation, during that time only, we could able to see the effect of trust. So when you do that, in the sense when you do merge, whichever record has got highest trust, so that is going to get survived. So that's what we can see as part of this slide. So now when let us say we define trust, like we talked about source system, maximum trust, minimum trust, decay, graph type, like linear, SIRL, RASL. I think you have seen multiple properties while configuring the trust. Now the question, where do they get stored once you configure? So that's where we have got C repositories column trust, where we have seen all the property values, right? So plus there are some control tables within this base object dependent tables, which we call control tables, which are specific to trust only. So that's where we have got base object table underscore TTL whatever, and if the history is enabled, corresponding history table. So this we know, and yes, if you try to what I call enable the trust, so usually can you see here trust enabled the self value based object record might not have the same value in corresponding recall in the cluster because anytime change can happen. So now can you see here? I think we talked about row level modification, right? Who does that? Steward. And for trust enabled columns, right? Always active state records will win over what pending and deleted. So we know that. Yeah. And now too many columns we should not enable, or else trust synchronous will get failed. We talked about it. And properties also we discussed just now, and graph type also we discussed. Yeah. After that, we know like how to configure a trust, and we executed synchronous job, and we have also executed node job. So that part we have done. Yeah. So then we talked about the validation tools. So as we all know that we use validation in case if any mistake made in this trust settings. So those things we can just capture as part of this particular validation tool by applying appropriate downgrade percentage. See, and end goal of this particular MDM is what? To create a good data. So wherever possible, try to what you call correct the mistakes. The mistakes could happen source system side or staging side or loading side or within a load trust, or it could be even other downstream layers, which we are going to see anyway. Yeah. So yeah, the condition could be anything. So here you can see 50% downgrade for one of the column, let's say first name column. Yeah. Then we can see the effect of trust with a formula. I think we've seen that. So then, so validation check, usually it happens for what? Every row based on the condition that we define for any one or more than one column. Yeah. So that's it. No. So this is going to be the major thing. Like there's a final trust score is equal to initial trust minus initial trust into downgrade percentage by 100. That's where recalculation this will be used for. That formula will be used for recalculation. So that's it. And validation also active will have most win rate over others. So that's it about. I think that's where we stopped, and I think we started off configuring what you call validation rules. I think two validation rules we defined. So after that we stopped there. Yeah. If there are too many validation enabled columns, right? Automate job would get failed. Yeah. But usually, right, if the trust has got three columns enabled means validation also will have three. So there won't be any problem both the sides. No synchronous failure, no automate failure. That's it. If you follow that rule, right? So you won't see any problems, or else you'll see problems. Yeah. So this we know. This formula I think we discussed. And execution sequence. So for batch mode, top to bottom, real time, bottom to top. I think we have seen that we have discussed. Yeah. And how to build validation rules. I think we have done. The existence part is done. Domain also I think we have done. Yeah. So that's about validation stuff. So we just have to build some more rules. Yeah. Also, you guys can take care. Yeah. So yeah, about tables, right? I think we have seen that the input will be a staging table, and output table will be base object table. Yeah. So if you look at detailed data flow process, where we can see input is staging table, output is what? Multiple tables like a base object, xref, reject table, and control and corresponding history tables. So these two tables we have already seen, but we have not seen the data in the reject table in loading layer. but in staging you have seen it, but in loading you have not seen it. We will try to see it in today's session because we have not talked about like how to load the data from staging to base object table with a lookup. We have not done that. Yeah. So we'll see that. And then tables used for loading process, staging table, base object, xdef table, history. These tables, I think we've seen that. Yeah. Now, when the increment happens, right? Same insert update would happen to let's say base object table. Yeah. If it is initial, only insert. I think we know that. And this is one of the example where we can see the example what we call effect of trust. I think we talked about the bank merger. Here you can see like how two base object records will be consolidated based on the trust. See here, second record has got highest trust for first column. Similarly, first record has got highest trust for fourth column. So final record will be a combination of the data from second and first. See, second and first. Yeah. So that's it. So this part also we talked about it. The record exists. And yeah, so to answer this, right, I think we talked about there are three what you call ways to load the data on a base object table. One, let's say based on what? Most recent data. Data, inside. And second is what? We talked about cell data. And third is what is third one? Force update. Yes, sir. So there are three properties we need to remember, guys. So first one, date based. Second one is what? Let means all the columns, irrespective of same data or different data, right? Update would take place. But cell data means what? It will update only for modified data because it is going to check an XF table. If it is same data, no update would take place, or modified update would take place. So check will happen again XF table, update would take this base object table. And force update, what happens, guys? Force, name itself implies. So yeah, before we do that, let us say record one, it's a original record, has got what do you call okay, 1st March. Yeah. But record two or let's say we got latest record, which is let's say some other record or same record with modification, whatever, right? Which is on what let's say 2nd March. Then what happens, guys? Which data do we have it in the base object table? First one or this one, latest one? Answer is what? Latest. That is a first option, which is a default behavior. Yeah. Now let's go to the cell data. Cell data means if any cell change happens, then only those things will get updated. Rest will not get updated. Yeah. But in the first case, even if the same data, right, still update would take place for incremental stuff. Fine. Now let us talk about a force update. In case of force update, let's say seconds, and you got new record belong to same customer. Instead of second, we got, let us say, 1st John. Yeah. Instead of what? Let's say, let us date. We got world date. Now tell me which data that you can see in the base object table is this latest one or old one? Which one, guys? In case of force update, this one or this one? This is previously processed data. This is latest data that we got it from the source for today's business. Now, which one will be retained in the base object table? This one or this one? 1st March or 1st Jan?
Latest coming from stage.
Sure, this is 2023. whatever 23. Let's take this. Latest, this one or this one?
Yeah, whatever is coming from stage currently
This option or this option?
or force update.
First subject, exactly. So it doesn't look at the date or whatever. Whatever is in the staging, right? All will be kept in the base object tab. It doesn't look at date, no comparison, nothing. Direct to blind update to all the columns. That's it. As simple as that. Yeah. So that's about what you call different types of load. Yeah. So now let us try to understand what you call the load with a lookup. Yeah. So that we have not discussed. Yeah. What is the concept of load with a lookup, guys? Yeah. Yeah. So what is the concept of load with a lookup?
So it's doing lookup with the sum reference table and doing load. So suppose we have a country code coming from stage as US, and so it is going to do lookup with some country code in the
Okay.
lookup country, and then
Fine.
doing the load.
Yes. So let's say staging table. So we need to compare it, let's say, as per your input, let's say country lookup table. If it matches, load the data onto the base object table. If it doesn't match, yeah, so no match, then it will be sent to what? Reject table. That's all right. That's what you wanted to say, right? So that's it. Yeah. So then when it comes to configuration, so how we can take care of it in MDM hub. So that's going to be the question mark. Yes or no? No. I repeat, how one can start taking care of this particular concept within MDM hub. No. To do that, we need to configure one lookup base object. So which is one flow, and second non-lookup flow, yeah, which is non-lookup base object, which is source data. Yeah. So now the flow is same, guys. So for any base object, so what are the dependent things, guys? So that we need to take care to get the data into the BO1 is a what? So we need to create a BO. So it's a lookup BO. Then, so we need to create what corresponding staging table. Yeah. Let's say STG non-lookup, right? Then corresponding LND non-lookup. Then mapping corresponding non-lookup mapping. Yeah. So, but here, so we need to have what we call columns. Example, code, value, whatever. Yeah. So example, let's say IND corresponding country name, US or big one, right? Let's take D, which is Germany, right? Yeah. So now we have got like how to define the lookup table. We talked about data, and we've also talked about what are the dependent meta items that we need to take care, right? And now in BO, right, lookup BO, so we need to enable the column as what unique column, which means what? Disable unique. So which is unique property, right? Which is not null. Yes or no? Plus enable or disable null actually. Disable null plus enable unique. Correct, no? So which will result what? Primary key. This is what enabling lookup. So this we need to do, right? This is over. Now we need to repeat the same thing as part of what non-lookup. So we can say this is going to be step 2, where so we need to create non-lookup base object table. Then so then so non-lookup staging table. Then we have non-lookup. I'll just put here lookup. Yeah. So non-lookup staging table. Then non-lookup, what do you call? That's a learning table. And then mapping underscore non-lookup. Yeah. This is okay. But once we build non-lookup base object table, so we need to start building the linkage. I'll just put link here. So we need to build or build a linkage between what non-lookup, yeah. So non-lookup with what lookup base object table. Yeah. Example country code we took, right? So here also you will have what you call one code column to build the linkage code over here with let's say code over here, right? So that's it. Now the linkage has been established, but we load the data from stage to base object table, right? Where do we have a link here? Do you have it? We need to build it. So in staging table, you'll have property, which is what we call edit lookup column property. Yeah. So using this, so you can just edit and select what we call appropriate lookup column. Yeah. So appropriate lookup column from LUP table. You see, that's a code example, right? Code from lookup. Yeah. So that's it. So now link is done. When you load the data, right, from stage, we load it onto base object. By doing that, we check the lookup data. If it matches, we load it. If not, we reject it. That's it. So these are the steps that we need to follow. After that, we'll try to insert data here. One is a code, another column, C1, C2, C3, whatever, any column, doesn't matter for us. One is India, so 1, 2, other let's say USA, so 3, 4. So this data should be rejected. This data should be inserted in the base object table. Just to make it very, very simple example. One is a good one, other is what? Rejected one. Because we added 2 countries here, India and Germany, but matching records only one, which is the first one. Other one is unmatched one. So this will be rejected. This will be sent to base object table. This is a simple way to understand like how one can start configuring the lookup. Any questions on this, guys? This is a step 1. Then for lookup base object table, step 2, lookup non-lookup base object table with the dependents. In between, we do linkage and also stage to Vivo connection. Then start building rest of them. Then insert sample data. And now, while running, right, which is going to be step 3, we can say here. Step 3, what is the order of execution, guys? First, we need to run what? Load job for lookup. Yes or no? So lookup data ready. Now, step 4, run what? Load job for non-lookup. That's it. Then we could able to see the effect of what lookup. So these are the steps that we need to follow to take care of lookup configuration. Yeah. So that's what we are going to do on today's session. We will do that. After that, we'd also talk about like how to load the data with what PSK. So this is straightforward. I think we know where to configure. So we'll try to create a separate landing table. Separate, let's say BO also separate. Let's say BO underscore PSK will create just to see the effect of only Visual Source System keys. Then corresponding stage for what we call PSK. Then landing PSK, right? So that's what we need to create. And here we need to make sure that so PSK is enabled with the highest preserved source system column, some number you can give. So that's it. No? So once you're done with that, see whatever value that we have in this stage PSK. Can you see that same thing in row ID object or not? Just to confirm that, we'll do an example. Yeah. So that's it. So let us try doing it. After that, we'll see others. Allow null update, allow null foreign keys, load with the cell update, whatever. We have got some more options, right? So we'll see those things. Yeah. Fine. So I request everyone to get into the tool, guys. Yeah. Okay. So I request everyone to get into the tool. Yeah. I think you're all there, right?
Narsimha, I'm getting an error while collecting
No.
through lab.
Which one?
So it is saying so the server is denying access to this connection because you have exhausted the limit for simultaneous
What
connections.
is your ID, Mosin?
User 21.
Oh, you are using user 21, huh, Mosin?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. I think let me disconnect. Yeah, now you can try it, Mosin.
Okay.
Yeah, so others please log in, guys.
Yeah, now it is working. Thanks.
For me, Hub is not opening. Just
Number, Sandeep?
101. I mean, the CMD prompt, it's running the uh, standalone bat file. I mean, but it's not loading. Yeah, but it's not loading the Hub console.
Can you please share it? What is the problem?
Yes, just. So I can see only one process here.
That is fine. Open the browser, Sandeep. Oh, no, check. Did you start now? No. This 1 second.
Yeah,
Now only started or it was started earlier?
it was already started, but the hub was missing. So what I did, I killed the process and again started, but still no,
Okay.
still not working.
You closed it, right? So it will take some time, no? Sandeep?
But previously
Okay.
this was working actually. When I opened this window, this was as it is. It was loading. I mean, the content on this bat file. I mean, CMD prompt. But my hub console was missing.
Fine. Open the browser. Yeah, wait. Yeah. So expand it. Maximize this browser. Type CMX. Yeah, select second. Now launch it. Probably can make it full screen if you are okay. Go to downloads folder. Yes. So right click and open with Java App Start. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Later. Okay, I think it will come. So your date is okay, right, Sandeep? That 2016, right?
Yes.
That correct only here. Date wise okay. So it will need to touch. So Rajneesh, you have some question? No, right? Others it's working, right? Yeah. Now enable the checkbox. And done.
Mine is not working.
Your ID, madam.
106.
Oh, what happened?
When I opened my VM itself, is restarted.
Restarted.
Yeah. So when I'm trying to connect, it is going to
Now
connect
password is
and
RISL 123. All lowercase. RISL.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's working, Sandeep. It's okay, right,
Yes. Yeah.
Sandeep? Yeah,
Yes.
please
can I
share
share
your
my
desktop,
screen?
Shikha.
Yeah, sharing my desktop.
Restarted.
Yeah.
Restart.
So can you see my screen?
One second. Can you place the pointer in this console, the status bar?
Here?
Yes. Open that. Click on that console. What happened? Server is down.
Yeah. So if I restart,
One sec. No. If you restart,
should I enter it?
just click on it. Say okay.
I
Oh,
tried
it is
that way.
okay. I think 106. I think we have given some other system, right, Shikha? If I remember correctly. No.
No, I'm using this from the start.
Okay.
It is working fine till Friday, but today I can see here this.
That's its problem. No, server is not up actually.
Yeah.
Go to that standalone thing. Then what happened?
Okay.
It was not up when you
Yeah.
start login.
Yeah, it's not up.
Okay. Can you please go up, madam, in the console? Scroll up. Okay. Oh, JVM settings are gone. Huh? Oh my God. Okay. Option is wrong, no, madam. Okay, please
Okay.
come down, scroll down.
Okay.
Again, issue the command. Don't click, say enter. Yeah, the hyphen B is missing.
Okay.
No. Before 0.0.
Okay. It's here.
Hyphen B. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Enter, madam. Yeah, correct. Wait. That's what JVM options are taking wrong, actually. Oh, that is it.
Okay. I write it down manually, so it might be. I missed that.
I think now it is working, madam.
Okay. Thank you.
So, how about others, guys? Fine. Ankit's okay, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, okay then. So, Shika probably have to wait for 4-5 minutes, madam. So, others, I think it's okay. Yeah. So, fine. Meantime, I'll just cover simple one. Let me also log in. Fine. So let me try to get in here. Yes. Yes. Sorry. So we configured two rule types, null check, which is existing check, other is what? Domain check. Now, so let us try to add one more, acquire a lock and add.
Narasimha can't see your screen.
Oh, because speaker shared, right? Yes. Yeah, I think now you can see, right? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
So please select your base object, go to validation rule setup, and right click and add validation rule. So here we can select, let us say, pattern validation. Fine. So we can say like pattern means just like or not like. You know. So pattern check. Yep. So here you can select. So we enabled C2, right? So if it is not like, let's say some value, example AP, then downgrade trust to 80%. Yeah. So please add it. So we are going what? Incremental, right? While supplying the downgrade percentage, because our best practice is what? Last or our downgrade percentage should be incremental or ascending from top to bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Narasimha.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Narasimha, I'm not able to right click on this validation rule.
We need to acquire a lock.
Yeah, I did.
Can you please share it then?
Yeah,
Oh, we need
1
to
minute.
check.
Are you able to see?
Yes, yes. Okay.
So I
Go
have
to right
already.
lock, exclusive
Yeah.
lock. You can select second one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, no,
No.
here in the middle pane, middle not there. In the middle white pane, right click. Middle. Yeah, right click.
Okay.
It's there. No?
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now, so please apply this where C2 not AP. Done. Say okay. So that's it. Now we added third rule. Yes. Yes. So now let us try to add a custom rule, because anything which can't be taken care by using this pre-built, right? We can just add our own where clause. Yeah. So let us say custom check. Yeah. So supply, let us say 90 here. So where s dot c2 like AP. Yeah. Downgrade. Yeah. Done. Say okay. So that's it. Yeah. So likewise, you can add any number of others. Yeah. There is one more foreign key, right? So comparing value of one column from one table with another column from another table. So that also we can add. And then there is a reserve minimum trust. Can someone answer why we have this here? Yeah. So let us say maximum trust is 90. Minimum trust is 10. Yeah. Now when you try to calculate final trust score, which is equal to initial trust minus initial trust into downgrade percentage divided by 100. Yeah. So this is a formula, right? So we apply. Yeah. So now based on this, we recalculate. So let us say if it is equal to 8, we got 8. If you don't enable reserve minimum trust, then whatever result that we got it from this formula, right? This will be granted. But if we enable, then what happens? What is it, 8 or 10? Answer is what? 10 here. Because it is going to reserve minimum trust in case if the trust value goes below minimum trust. Remember that. So whatever minimum trust that we defined here, if final trust goes below, right, then this will be retained. So that is
Got it.
the effect of reserve minimum trust. Yes, please. Yes. Enable checkbox now. We understood the concept, right? And save it. Yeah.
So is there any example, Narsimha, when you had to retain the minimum trust?
Okay. So reserve minimum trust, right? Yeah.
Reserve,
Let
yes.
us say, yeah. So let us say data steward for one product type. You know, one product type where we trust, let us say, max is 90, min is 10. Yeah. So data steward is very sure about the trust should not go below because so we have experience with this product since last 10, 15 or 20 years. So that is the what you call gut feeling from data steward. So now in case due to some reason, it could be known reason or unknown reason or business driven reason or intentional reasons, whatever, right? Because of any reason, if it goes below 10, yeah. So because it's a what you call stable product, which they are dealing since many years, if it goes below, retain this. Later on, they'll take a look at like why we got the less score to trace it back. So this is one of the uh, example where we can think of using reserve minimum trust. No? So likewise, you can think many. Even for customer industry also, let's say we got different tiers of customers where, so tier 1 people should not go below some limit, let's say 50 or 10, whatever, right? Then in that case, they can retain this minimum trust. Yeah. So likewise, you can think many others in telecom industry, whatever industry. Okay. So that's it about validation tools. Now the question, what are the jobs that are related to what? Validation. So one is what? Revalidate. You know? So which means it is going to validate all the rules, you know, and make appropriate backend tables where you'll have static configuration which is ready, and they'll be effective when, guys, at the time of consolidation, both trust and validation. Yes, it is done. So we got only 2 rows, right? So they have been validated against with this. I think we defined 4 or 5 rules. So whatever, yes, 4 rules.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Narasimha, just one question. You have mentioned that data stewards can see the trust score, right? So from where we can see the trust scores, because we like I can't see the trust score as a separate column in the system columns of BO table.
Not, I think I've shown. I've said it yesterday. Who can answer this?
The data manager module from there.
No. You have seen that. See repositories column trust. All the trust settings you'll have it, right? Yes or no?
But
No, minimum
Nars-
and maximum is okay, but for that particular record, right? So you have mentioned that if it
Oh,
goes,
that control tables. When you run that time only. Now we have not done what you call changes to load all that, right? Yes.
but
You have control
Narasimha,
tables. Yeah.
one question actually. So for data stewards, they don't have access to control table, right? Control table should have access only to developers.
For data stewards, they have merge manager, data or data manager and
Yes.
hierarchy manager.
Yeah.
They can see that. But from the developer perspective, I'm talking about, you know, so you'll have control tables in the backend. But anyway, those values, if you want it from front end, we'll see. We have not gone to that level, right? Yeah, in the sense, after match, we'll get into that data steward part. Not now. But until also we can say it. Yeah. But because we're developers, right, I'm trying to talk about back. You got right? Okay. So now let us try to get into what load with a lookup. Yeah. So we have not done that. Let us try doing it. Actually, before validation should. That's fine because that's a long process, right? That's why we just covered this. It's a small topic here. Yeah. Now you guys need to help me, guys, to configure those steps. I think we talked about, right? So what is the first step we need to do? Let us start from the beginning. Yeah. So we all should be active now because we should not make a mistake here. Yeah. While configuring this lookup stuff. Yeah. What is the first thing we need to do, guys? So right click and create what first thing? Lookup, right? Lookup base object. Yes or no? Yeah. So right click on base object and then add item. Yeah. So BO underscore LUP, which is a lookup. Yeah. So please apply this. Done. Rest of the properties I think we know, right? Secure resource, data, index tables, we solve them. Say okay. Yes. So now, so what are the columns we need to add, guys, in this lookup table? One, code, another value. So we can also have other columns, but these two are the major things. Click on plus, let's say code, and click on plus again, let's say value. Fine. The country code and country value, country name. Yeah. So that's the first thing we discussed, right? As part of steps, theoretical we talked about, right? Let us follow this blindly. So we don't need to deviate from this topic. Yeah. So this is what we started, right? Yeah. Then enable all these things we need to do. Yeah. Done, guys. First step, creation of lookup base object table and add two columns, namely code value. Yeah. Yeah. Code value and then save it. Yeah. Yeah, done, guys, all?
Yep.
Yeah, now next step is what? So we need to start adding a staging table. Right click, add staging table, which is a staging lookup. So before that, let us add lookup source system. Let's go to systems and trust and add system, which is, I'll put here lookup only. So LUP system. Yeah. Yes. Say okay. Yes. Now let's go to schema and add staging table. So let's say stg underscore lup. So let's follow similar notations, guys. So select lup. Yeah. Let's say we're selecting all the columns. All means only two, right? Which is for lookup data, right? Yeah, say okay. I think all done, right? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So now let us add corresponding learning table. Add item. So LND underscore LUP. Yep. So LUP source data. Yep. Say okay. Yes. Now let us try to add columns. Same columns, code, value. So let's say we have maintained the consistency right from landing to staging, staging to view. Yep. And save it. Yeah, done guys. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to mappings. Right click and say add mapping. So mapping underscore what LUP, right? Then select LND LUP, then select STG LUP. Yeah. Done guys all? Say okay. Yes. Now we need to map it. So you can just use auto mapping where similar columns will get mapped. Now can you see peak source object? Which one will be peak source guys? Let's say code, because in lookup we maintain what? Unique values. Yeah. Because this step, did you follow that step? Enable the column as lookup column. We'll do that now. Save it. I think we missed one step here. So we talked about theory. Enable the column as lookup column. I think that is not done. We'll see. We'll do that. Yeah, done guys all? Now let's go to schema. Select your lookup columns. Can you see code column, right? Disable, nullable, enable, unique. Yeah. So disable, nullable, enable, unique. Yeah. And save it. Yes, I think with this we have completed lookup steps, which are what do you call metadata stuff, right?
Hey, Narsimha,
Yes.
I'm not able to add columns in staging table for some reason.
Okay, so let's say you are here, right?
Yes.
So then select staging table. Is it selected?
Mm-hmm.
On the right side, you can click on columns tab. Just enable the two check boxes. First one, second one.
No, but I'm not able to see those columns. That's the thing.
Is it added here, columns in BO lookup code value?
Yes, I added that.
Oh, then you need to share it. It's a surprise. So please share it.
Okay. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, yes, it's coming. 1 second. I think you have done this two times.
Is it because unique is not checked here?
No, 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 it's not related to that. No, disable nullable. Disable nullable.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And enable unique. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, which one is this? Which table is this?
BO lookup, right?
Okay, correct. Now go to staging. Oh, no, not these columns. Oh, you have not selected the time. Okay. On the right side, you can see columns tab, right? Right
Yeah.
one, right? Yeah, right. Click on that. Now enable both. Yes, now save it. Now you will
Okay.
have two columns. Yeah, you got
Okay.
it.
Okay. Right.
Right. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let me share my desktop. Yeah. I think that's all done, right, guys? Yes or no? So I need to come from top.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Aditi, all done. Okay. Fine. Diana, they were there, right? Yes, yes. Yeah. So now one side is the metadata configuration for lookup is done. So we need to repeat the same process for what? Non-lookup base object table. Yeah. Let us do that. Right click. Yeah, let us say save. Now right click on base objects and add item. Yeah. So we'll give what? BO underscore non-lookup, because it's a generic table name. So which can be used for any source system. Any source data. So CBO non-lookup. So this is for dealing with what? Source data. Say okay. Yes. Now let's compress this. Yeah, go here and then add columns. Yeah. So right click and then add C1. These are all what? Business columns. So that we are trying to use like what we did earlier. Then add one more column for linkage, which is what? CD. Yeah. Because this column will be used to build primary key foreign relationship between the lookup and non-lookup. Yeah. So please add these columns. First three are source columns or business columns, and last one we'll just use it for linkage. Done. Now we need to create a staging table. Right click on staging tables, add staging table. So we can put, let's say, STG non-LUP. No? So which can point to any other source system. Let's say DNB. CRM, we have already used it, right? Yes, now we can select all or subset of these columns and just selecting all. So to select all, just click on this button. Subset means you can click one by one. Yeah. Done, guys, all? Say okay. Now let us build the linkage between the lookup and non-lookup. To do that, go to relationship and add relationship, where you can select code here and code from lookup table.
Can this be created other way around as well, like from BO LUP to BO and non-LUP?
No, we need other way, right? So what we do from staging, we compare the lookup, then if it matches, load. So this is a logical sequence. But anyway, to answer a question, if you want, we can do it. But on non-lookup table, so we have to have a key column, which is we need to enable one of the column as key column to build it. But that's not logical. But if you want, you can build it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it should always go with what lookup based for comparison. Correct, no?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Done, guys, all? Say okay. So we talked about, let me go back here. So we talked about the linkage also, right? Now we need to perform this, which is what stage 2 lookup. We need to come, what do you call, while loading, right? Stage data should compare with the lookup table data. To do that, so we need to use this particular setting. So for that, please go to staging table and select column here and select CD column, which is code. Then click on edit lookup. So here in BO, can you see here code? Yeah, that's what I think we discussed as part of this. Select lookup column, which is a code column, right, from lookup table. So I have given already CD, right? Same thing we are trying to do here. Yeah. Yeah, done, guys, all. So that's it. Now we can see here, right? Lookup table and corresponding lookup column. Yeah, and save it.
Actually, I have one question.
Yes, please.
So when we are trying to link our staging table column with lookup table column, we are getting two options. Like one is BO, and there is a corresponding X-ray. So
Yes.
what is the best practice in this case, actually, or in general, which we should map? Is it
This
BO
one.
lookup? Okay.
BO. BO is a best practice, but yes, in case if you have, let us say, corresponding columns here, anything other than BO columns, yes, we can also do that, but that's not advisable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. In this case, it will work. You'll get the same result because what we did in the mapping, we connected what with the code column, right? Is a PT source object. Yes or no? So there is
Yes.
no issue. But
Yes.
what happens is in which table you have more data, xref or normal lookup? Xref, right?
It's written.
So
Yes.
performance wise, also it's not that good. Yes or no?
Yes.
In functionality wise, if you have not mapped peak source, instead something else, then you'll get some erroneous results also. To avoid that, better to go with what we will look up. Yeah? Fine. So now let us start getting into what? Building a landing table. We have not done, right? So right click and landing tables. Say add item. So LND underscore non LUP. Yep. Yes. Say okay. Now let's add columns similar to BO columns. So like C1, C2, C3, code. So please add these 4 columns. And save it. Done. Now build a mapping. So right click, add mapping. So mapping underscore non-lookup. Yeah. Select landing non-lookup, staging non-lookup. Say okay. Yes. So now let us try to perform auto mapping and map. Which one you need to map, guys? Code or something else here? Yeah. This is source data, right? So source columns.
C1.
Yeah, exactly. So CD is not source column, right? It's just for linkage. It's a lookup column, I can say. So now map C1. Perfect. Save it. Yeah. I think that's it. We did all the steps, I guess. Landing, mapping, all. Now, next step is what? Data part. So we need to insert data. Let's follow the same thing so that there won't be any confusion between the theory and reality. Yeah. So now, oh, SQL developer is not open now. So please open SQL developer. So these guys are restarted. Okay. So let me open SQL developer. Okay, please connect here. Yeah, So now insert into C underscore LND underscore LUP, right? So last update date, comma, code, right? Comma, value, right? Then values. So first is a sys date. Code, let us say, which is IND, and value India within single quota.
Nasima, for me, SQL developer is not open. Can you share the path again once?
Which one, please? Can you please say it again?
One, not one.
Yes, Sandeep. What happened, Sandeep?
SQL developer path I'm looking for.
Can you please share it? Path by default should take you to that SQL developer path. Can you please share it? It will come by default.
It's not coming from me.
Share it. Let us see. Yeah. Sandeep, yeah. One second. No. Just come out from this. Let's go to start. Start. All programs. Select all programs. Oracle. Down. Slowly. Yeah. Oracle 11G. Yeah. Expanded. Application development. Select SQL developer.
It's not opening.
Now one second. Click on browse. Browse. Wait. Select SQL developer. There's a executable. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Enter button. Say yes. Yeah, it will come, I think. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, so yeah, so please connect to CMX ORS on it. And insert one entry here and execute it. Yeah. Yeah. So then add one more, which is invalid one. So we'll put here USA.
Narasimha, what was the password for CMX ORS?
Same CMX ORS capital, all caps. Yeah. So then Germany. Let's add Germany. Yeah. Germany. Yeah. So let's insert here and commit. Yeah. So we inserted one, yeah, two entries here. Yeah. So now if you look at it, this lookup, select star from C underscore LND, yeah, LND underscore LEP, you'll have two entries. Yeah. So code value.
Where are you committing from?
That's the third button. Can you see here? Uma?
Oh yeah, yes, okay.
Third one, yeah, click on that.
Hey, Nasima,
Yes, please.
uh, Can you please help me to connect to SQL Developer?
Share your desktop.
Yeah. Can you please, can you see my screen?
Yes. So go to. No. You need to go within VM. You are doing outside, I think. Make it full. You are full screen, no?
Yeah.
But you are not in VM. Outside VM.
Okay. That is why maybe it's not connecting. I'm at full screen. I hope. Yeah.
No, that is correct only. I make it this kind only already. Stretch it. Yeah. Try to stretch once. Last one.
Okay. I did that.
Now we got it. So go to start all
Okay.
programs in Oracle. Come to scroll down, madam. No. Scroll.
Okay.
Yes, Oracle. You are right. Yeah. Application development. Second. Then third. Yeah. Browse. SQL developer. Do it slowly. Yeah, that is correct. Enter.
Yeah.
Enter.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yes, and you can make it full screen, madam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Now, yes, now we have data. GE and this. Why now? Why we don't have data for other column, guys? Country code, country name. There's only one now, but we inserted two entries, right? LND, LUP. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So this is not executed then. Yeah. Yes. So we need to execute. Yeah. So now we got two entries. Yeah. Fine. So now next step, non-lookup. Before we get into non-lookup, right? Let us execute this. Make sure that we have data in the base object table, lookup base object table. So go to batch viewer. And select first thing, mapping, right? Stage, lookup. Then select mapping. Yeah. Fine. Then execute batch.
Can you go to SQL Developer once?
Yes. The first one, India.
Okay.
Second one,
Thank you.
yeah. So let us try to refresh this. Yeah, see, two rows got inserted. So make sure that both are part of the lookup. Yeah. So you can confirm that in a staging table. So select star from underscore staging underscore lookup. Yeah. So we have, right? We got 2 entries. So far so good. Now let us run the load job. Go to BO lookup, select load job, execute. Refresh this. So we can see 2 rows got inserted. So we can check here from backend table, which is select star from C underscore BO underscore LOP. Yes. So we got 2 rows. Yeah. With the data inserted, right? So now lookup data is ready as per the steps. So lookup data is ready. We just inserted this, right? So now we need to go with what? Inserting non-lookup data from landing to till up in the layer. Yeah. So this also we did. Yeah. Now we need to insert this data and execute the last step. Yeah. So those 2 are pending now. I think so far we're all on the same page, right? Lookup part is done. Yeah. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Now let us start inserting data to what? Non-lookup. Insert into C underscore LND underscore non-LUP. Then last update date. Then C1, C2, C3 code values, which is sysdate, then followed by 1, 2, 3, and country code, let's say IND. We are inserting good data here. Yeah. So that's it. This data should go to the base object table. Yeah. Valid 1, and we commit it. Yeah. Next, we'll insert one more row, which is I just put here USA, which is not that. And C1 is what? Let's say 1 instead of 1. The rest it could be same or different, doesn't matter for us. So I'll put here 2233. Fine. And execute this insert statement. Commit it. That's it. Yeah. So please insert these 2 rows in non-lookup landing table. Done, guys. So now we can confirm this. Select star from C underscore LND underscore non LUP. Execute this. So we can see two entries. One which matches with the lookup, other doesn't match with the lookup. So one row should be rejected, one should be sent to base object table. So with this, you can see the effect of both lookup and also rejected also, which is missing lookup data. Yeah, Mohsen, everything is fine, right? It was that user 21, I think, origin, right? Mohsen? Okay. Other Suman, Sri Lakshmi, Shreya, Silendra, all.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. So now we need to execute it. That's all. So that's going to be the last step. Look up. Yeah. So just take out this. Let's focus only on what non-lookup. So expand non-lookup state job. Then select a mapping. Execute. Yeah. Yeah. So let us try to refresh. So it is done. So two rows are there, part of staging table now. Yeah. So let us verify. So select star from C underscore STC underscore non-lookup. Let us run this. Can you see here? I and D, yes, both are there, right? And corresponding source data. Yeah. Now the last step to look at the effect of lookup. So select B1 non-lookup, then load job. Yeah. So before you execute this, all done, guys. Yeah. So B1 non-lookup, nothing will be there. Before we can see select start from C underscore B1 underscore non underscore lookup. Yeah. It's empty, nothing is there. Yeah. Now we are going to execute it. Yeah. Yeah. Let us try to refresh. So can you see warning symbol? Which means out of two rows that we got it from staging, one got inserted, one got rejected. So missing lookup is what? 1. That's it. Now we can look at the data in the base object table where we can see what? Good one, which is India, right? And then reject record. So where do we have reject guys? STG non-lookup REJ, which is rejected. Where we can see, can you see cannot find lookup value USA for column code. Yeah. So that's it. So we can see corresponding source data also C1, C2, C3 code is USA. That's it. So with this we got both rejection part and also lookup part. Yeah. Good one. Sorry, valid one, invalid one. So that's it about how we can configure the lookup from the scratch. I hope the steps are clear to everyone, right? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that's it about lookup. Yeah. So now that we need to start getting into what you call another concept, which is preserve source system keys. Yeah. Umang, I think today we can extend 1 more hour, right?
No, we can see for Wednesday, no? The invite for Wednesday, I can see.
The last 4 days we'll spend 5 hours. Huh? Is that what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, fine. That's also fine. Just to take a break. 11 o'clock now we take break. So fine. So then we'll continue. 5 minutes it not be done. Can you take a break after come back? We'll start new
Hey,
topic.
hey, Narsimha, sorry,
Yes.
you said last 4 days we will extend?
Sorry,
You said we will extend for last 4 days?
last 4 days.
No,
Friday
no.
was
Okay, let me restart. So basically, since Thursday is off, uh, we had two options. One is to extend on
Wednesday.
17, and other one is to extend for additional half an hour or 1 hour every day, right?
1 hour.
1 hour. So then I can see the meeting invite from our L&D team that is for 17, which is option 1.
Yes, 17th I have another training, Uma. So it's a
Oh,
request
okay.
from to adjust. Huh?
So you are saying we need to extend? That's only option.
Yes.
So are
If
we
you're okay,
extending
we can
today or?
yeah.
Sorry, you were saying something.
If you are okay, we can start extending from today, or else we can start extending from Wednesday.
Wednesday, I won't be in position to extend. That's going to be a little critical.
Then we can start from today.
Okay, let's start from today. Are everyone okay? Is everyone okay?
Just 1 hour only, right?
No, but need to check with others, right? They might have
Yeah, right.
previous.
So 1 hour only. Lunchtime probably can just cut down. Just for 4 days. Just make it 10-15 minutes instead of 45 minutes.
How about others, guys? Please give your inputs.
Yeah.
For me, should be
Then
fine.
I am on. Yeah.
It's possible post lunch, 1 hour.
Oh my God, 2 o'clock I have another batch. Then
I would say let's start early, Narasimha.
yeah, 8 o'clock, right? That's also fine.
Yeah. Let's start early, 8 to 1. Reason being, 1 to 2, I mean, lunch at 2 would be really late for many of us.
Right. That's also a good idea. That's also fine, Uma. So then what? So we'll start from tomorrow. Okay then. Yeah. Then let's take a
start
break.
tomorrow at 8. Is everyone okay with it? Please raise your hand if you are okay.
Only Dayanand said. How about others, guys?
Yeah, I think 5 people already said okay. Okay, many of us are okay. I think let's go ahead with that plan.
Okay. Okay. So then tomorrow we'll start at 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Yes, I'll ask to update the invite.
Sure. So yeah, then we'll take a break for 10 minutes. After we come back, we'll start new topic. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so let's continue. Yes, so we talked about lookup. Now let us start getting into the next small topic, which is preserve source system keys. So far, what we did was we have just used default row ID values generated by MDM. So we can just take a look at the data in the base object table. Yeah. Example, if you take lookup, there's only one row ID object. Now if you take non-lookup, yeah, which is this. So we can see one only, right? So which is default row ID object. Yeah. So, but if you look at this cross reference, xref, right? Yeah. Here you can see PK source object one only here also. Yeah. Fine. So now in order to see the different value in this particular PK source object that we get from the source. So then we can use what? Preserve source system key enabled. Yeah. So let us try doing it. It's a very simple concept. So let's go to schema. Just compress all to avoid confusion. So create one BO underscore. I'll just put PSK. No. Yeah. So BO underscore PSK. Say okay. Yes. So try to add columns. So we can just add C1, C2, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, those columns are not important for us. So we are going to focus on row ID object. Yeah. Then add staging table. I think we are on the same page, right? Yes or no? Anish, Ankit,
Yes.
Arun?
Yes.
No. Yeah. Now add staging table. So STG underscore, I'll just put yes, PSK. So pointing to any source system, let's say S1, which is preserve source system. Okay, let's say. Yeah. Now enable the checkbox and highest preserve key, let us say 1000. Yeah. If it is above 1000 example, right? Then it use default row ID object. Done. Say okay. So this table is pointing to source system S1, which is preserve source system. Okay, now let's add a landing table for it. So LND underscore PSK. and then say OK. Yes, now add columns. Same, you can use C1, C2. Yeah, so now let us build a mapping. So mapping underscore PSK. So select LND PSK and STG PSK. Say OK. Yes. You can just say auto mapping C1. Let us say C1 is a pick a source and save it. Everything is same as earlier except we enable that checkbox. So whatever value that we have in C1, right? Same thing will have it in pick a source, and we can see the same thing in load object also. That's only one thing. Yeah. I think it's done, right? Now let us insert data to this. So let me copy this. So insert into C underscore LMD underscore PSK. So last update date C1, C2. C1 comma C2. Yeah. Values. Yeah, C1 we can put, let us say 111, which is below 1000, and also it's not a normal sequence ID. So we are trying to give input. It satisfies highest pressure source system key plus doesn't satisfy with the normal or default OID object. Yeah. So this is 222, whatever, right? Second, we don't care. Now let us insert. Yeah. One row, right? So yeah, this is enough. Then comment. Yeah. So now let us try to execute stage. Select STG PSK corresponding mapping. Yeah. Then execute this. Yeah, so then refresh. See, we've got only one row because we inserted only, right? One, which is 111 for C1. Next load job. So focus on BOPSK, expand that, then run the load job. Yeah. So now let us try to refresh. Yes, it is done. One row got inserted successfully in base object table. Now we can verify that. So select start from C underscore BO underscore PSK. Yeah. So now we could able to see here. Can you see row ID object? 111. So whatever we get it from the source, same thing we could able to see in row ID object. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Now let us say we insert one more row, copy and paste, and I'll put here 444. Yeah. C2 inverse mine. So then execute and commit. Yeah. So repeat the same process, which is run the stage job. Refresh, then run the load job. Then refresh. Can you see here? Two rows got inserted, one new one, other no action. Yeah. It is like a what upset, update followed by insert. Yeah. It is inserted, no action is no change. If there is a change, update also would come in. So that is fine, but we are not focusing on that. We are focusing on PSK. See, PSK we got, right? So 1001 or whatever we insert, right? You'll get to see it here. If it processes that number. See here, can you see here? So we got what we inserted here, 444. Yeah. So what is the highest result key we gave? So then it is above it started, 1000, 10,001 or whatever. Yeah. This effect. Now, for example, let us say I insert very large value, not very large, 1, 1, 1, 1, whatever. Right? Let's insert. So what is the value in this BO? Is it going to be 1001, 1002, or the number that we inserted? Simple. If it crosses this preserve source system key, right? Yes or no? Yeah. Then
1002.
Exactly. So it's it goes by normal load object values. Yeah? Yes. Yeah, it is done. 3, 1, 2, no action. So far, so good, right? So now we need to look at the data here. Yeah, 1002. So what you said is perfect. So that's it. About previous source system is now. Let us move on to what I call other types of loads. Yeah, like cell update. I think we talked about it. You guys can take the exercise, guys. So if you enable cell update, right, what happens? It is going to check the data in the xref table. If it matches, or if it is equal means no update. So different value means update would take place. Simple. Yeah. But the same values like a staging and xref, let's say C1 column, the same data, no update. So different data update. It's as simple as that. Update to where? Base objective. So that you guys can take exercise. That's one thing. And next, I think we have also talked about some more types of loads. What are those things, guys? Hello, null update. Yes or no? What it does? I think we talked about it. Allow null update. Yeah. What does it mean? Yeah. So I think in
So
yes, please.
yeah, so if we configure lookup in the stage table and that is a not null, and if null value is coming, so it is allowing to update the null.
Yes. So just to make it very simple, let's say in BO we got not null data. Yes or no? Let's take this. In stage we got null data, but this is a recent. This is a previously processed data, right? So which one? BO data, right? Now, so this is previously processed data. Now, if you don't enable, so null will not override with a not null. Sorry, opposite, whatever. Yeah? Not null will not be replaced with a null. So because by default, not null will have highest precedence over null data. If you enable allow null update, then whatever is there in this latest staging table data, including null, then this will be replaced with what? Null. That's the difference. Nothing else. Yeah. So that also you guys can take the exercise. If you don't get it, I'll show an example on that. Similarly, null foreign key for lookups. Or else rest is exactly similar to null update. Yeah. So now,
Yeah, Narasimha.
yes, please.
Hello. Yeah, I have couple of questions regarding this preserved row ID system key. So if you give the row ID system less than the preserved row ID system, row ID will take the same value, right? If you give the higher than that value, it will start from the next value of the maximum row ID system that we have provided, right? Is it?
Yes, like 1001 last time, now 1002.
Yeah. If we give 1 or 2 or 3, something like that, then row ID will be 1, 2, 3, right? Because it is
1
less
to
than
3
1000.
is this in C1 column. That's what I mean.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
If it is within the range of highest preserved key, right? You are right.
Mhm.
If not,
Yeah. And other question I have is like we have connected C1 to the picky source object, right? And the row ID system take the same value as C1. But picky source object is the char value. If we provided other than the integer value, then what would be the row ID object?
no, it will convert to with ASCII values. But normally we should not do it. We expect numeric data, but if in your case also will convert to ASCII.
But picky can be null. Picky can be any other value than the.
Correct. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but what we did was while defining preserved source, highest preserved key, right?
Yeah.
That's a number, right? Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, which means we need to follow that in the sense maintaining this particular one sec. Maintaining what numeric values it would take, but again it will convert to ASCII values, then you'll get corresponding comparison happens. Yeah? Fine.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. Now let us start getting into what another. Yeah, I think yesterday I think last day
Narasimha,
someone asked a question about condition, right?
Narasimha,
That
one more
is.
question on that preserve key.
Mhm.
So this 444 value is also less than our defined highest, this preserve key, right? Highest reserved key. So why did it not got loaded with 444 as a row ID object?
Yeah, that's what it's a conversion. It took character, then if you convert that to ASCII, right, it's going beyond that.
Okay.
That's a problem actually. So there is a actual compatibility problem. This is a problem from Informatica side. It's not ours. But
Okay.
internally they do that. But logically, if they go with a big int, that should have been the right time.
Or
So
we should
that,
have created integer data type for C1.
yeah, that's also
Will
good.
that?
Yeah, we
Okay.
can also, but what is the PK source object type? That's a question mark, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So same way we did. So from our side, there's no problem. Actually, logically, they have to take care. Who are the Informatica guys? Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
So because otherwise they would have not given this highest preserved key. Then things would have been okay. Whatever we suffer, right? It can take. Yes,
Yeah.
or no? So
Yes.
there is a mismatch actually. They're expecting highest preserved key. This is upper limit, but they're allowing us to what I call go with character or even integer, whatever numerics also.
Yeah.
It's not the right thing. They're not enforcing us. Correct, no?
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. So now I think last session, I think someone asked question about condition. I don't remember who is that. I remember correctly. Some lady. I don't know. Lakshmi, huh? Or somebody else. Yeah. See, that's very simple actually. So I forgot now, like able to recall. Yeah. Let us go here. First mapping we did, right? So this is where we focused on plans. Condition, right? So you can just right click on this mapping workspace. Can you see add condition? Yeah. So click on that. And yeah, here you can build n number of case blocks. That's what you're trying to ask question. Yeah. So let us add. Let's a case 1 USA, and then another case, let's say IND. Fine. So likewise, you can add any number of what are the case blocks. So now we can enable. Let's say this is going to be what default case block, right? This is a 1. Let's say if you want to make this is default. Now you can just delete if you don't want that. So we are focusing on India as a default if you don't do anything, or as USA. Now, for each case block, we can have corresponding logic. For example, let us take USA and start adding it. So double click on this and add what you call a case value. Let us say that is default, and add, let's delete this input one and add, let us say, zip code. Yeah. Add a zip code. Yeah. So like USA will have two parts, right? Init, extension. Yeah. So please add that. Now we can have output ports, two output ports. Let us delete old one and then add postal code init. Yeah. Postal code init and then add postal code extension. Yeah. Right. Say okay. That's it. Yeah. Then say okay. That's it. Now we can build the logic response in this USA. Example, to get init postal code, right? So you can just add one function, which is substring, where we can extract first 5 digits. Yeah. So take this string as input, and output is going to be postal code init. Here we supply start position is going to be what 1. Yeah. So please apply this. Say okay. Connect this to start. Length, let's say we supply 5, which is going to be the number of characters or digits that you want to extract. This is the first part. Similarly, second part also we can add. This is also straightforward. I think this can take care. Let's add quickly. It's not a complete. Take this and add, let's say, start position 6. And number of characters, which is 4. Yeah. So that's it. So output of that will be connected to postal code extension. So that's it. This is a USA case block. Yeah. So please do this. Then we'll get into what India.
Can you show that again, Narasimha?
Which one? Okay. This
So you have set IND as default. Have you done anything for IND?
No, nothing. IND empty. We still have to do it. USA only we did now. So USA, just we added one input port. Double click on this inputs. Delete world one, input one, added zip here.
Okay. Yes.
That's the first thing we did. Then we added one substring. So right click, add function, select a substring.
Done that.
Okay.
Okay.
Then zip code input and 2.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, sorry guys. So I just switched the network. Okay. Then repeat the same procedure for India. Yeah.
Can you share your screen?
Okay. One second. Okay, there's some problem connecting from my system. So can one of you share your desktop? So mostly are there? No. Okay. So,
Can I share?
Dayanand, probably can share if you're okay. Mahendra, you are sharing. You can share your desktop, Mahendra.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. So this is done for USA.
Okay, US is done now. Okay,
Yes.
so now we are focusing on India, right? India, we can directly connect, Mahendra. I can delete. You can delete
Okay.
all. US part, I think is all done, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, please click on IND, Mahendra.
Yes.
IND. Now delete substep because India, right? So we have
Mhm.
only 6 digits, right? We don't have like init extension all that. So you can directly connect zip code to postal code init. Zip code to postal code init directly can connect.
Okay.
That's it. So then, yeah. So likewise, you can have any number of what do you call? You probably can add one more case block and GE whatever. You know?
Okay, here.
Yeah, click on plus and GE. Say okay. Then connect zip code to postal code exchange init you can do. Yeah, fine. So in this case, what happens? So we made default as IND, right? Yeah. In case if you get data from source system which is other than USA or GE, right? Then IND will be taken as default. That's what it means. Say okay. Yeah. So is everything done, guys? From all? I am done and all.
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Set close. Now you can add a constant to add a zip code. Mahindra. So zip code, yeah, let it be string. 1 to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can put. Yeah.
Case
You're
value
doing
and
it
zip.
here.
Okay.
Yes. So that's it. Now double click on condition. Yeah. So that they can see ports also, right?
Yeah.
No, expand. No, not this. Say close. Say close. Right click and expand.
Expanded mode.
Yes, you are right. Yeah, now you can see, right? So Mahindra connected to zip code, right? That constant.
I connected to both. Yeah. Should I delete case value?
No, case value is
Link.
different. Case value you need to give either USA, IND like that. Delete
Okay.
that, add one more constant, Mahindra.
Okay.
We are doing it in mappings
case
here,
value-
Narasimha.
Yes, Ramon. Come on.
We are doing it in mapping CRM or mapping PSK.
We are just mapping CRM.
Okay.
This is the first one we did, no? That one. Yeah, so map, yeah, that is correct. So one sec, Mahindra, let others also do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what he did, he just added two constants, one for zip code, other for country code. right? And he connected country code to case value because our case blocks based on the label, which is country code label. Yeah, actual data is what zip code here. Based on the country, then we process zip code accordingly. So that's what we built a mapping, right? Yeah. So now we can connect postal coordinate to C2, extension to C3. Yes. All done, guys. Ashish, Sayan, and all.
Yes.
Good. Then you can just save, Mahendra.
Yes, done.
Yeah, save and run the stage. So what is the result? We should get it now? We should get init and extension. So in the next case, we can just change it to some other country code. Same mapping. Yeah. Select log from C underscore STG underscore CR. Yes. Now we can see C2, C3 data last. Right scroll. We need to see C2, C3. Right scroll.
Yeah, here.
So we got expected result. Yeah. Init part and also extension part. Yeah. I hope all of you could able to see the same result, right? C2, C3. Okay. So this is done, right? All?
I'm getting
Yes.
connection. I think I'm getting connection error.
Same here.
Same for me.
Oh, connection on.
Yeah,
Can you please
same
share?
for
Let me
me.
see what it is. Connection means server down or what? But Mahendra, yours is working, right?
Yes, working for me.
Okay. Yeah. Who has got connection problem? Can you please share? Sandeep.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah, please share something.
So this is now blank page I'm getting.
There's a VM problem. If it is
Appears.
oh, this
Yes.
one, network stable problem. But our console is working, right? Where is that VM?
It's gone. I mean, I got the network error
Oh,
and after
really?
that this page. Yeah.
Oh, it happened to how many people, guys?
I haven't refreshed or done anything. It's just out.
I was
Directly
getting
click on
this. I was getting this error. This the network connection to this server appears
that is
unstable.
okay, but because of internet, you'll have that message. That is okay. Just try to refresh that
Link.
URL. Just put lab.rts. Which means is, I think server VM is down or what? What is the right 101, right?
101. Yes.
How about others? Only you have this problem. Huh? Only you have this problem.
Nassim, I'm also facing this, but it is intermittent. It's working for some time. Yeah, it's working for some time, and then it's giving network issues.
Okay, then I think network stable. Can you please, Sandeep? Can you please remove after rtscloud.in? Just see that page. Yes, center. Same thing, right? It's not coming on. 101, right?
Yes.
Let me try.
The system got freeze.
No, it is connected actually. Looks like you have connected already.
Yeah,
just click on it. Click on window. Click on it.
Yeah, I clicked.
It's connected actually, right?
Yeah, actually, it got freeze, and then I got the pop-up error, and then blank.
Okay, one sec. Let me call those guys.
Tried. Okay, see, this error I got.
Which means
I think.
once in a while, right? Then the network connection was the problem. వాళ్ళకి రావట్లే అసలు అది ఏందో ఏదో హ్యాంగ్ అన్నట్టుంది. నాట్ రీచబుల్ డౌన్ అయినా ఇది ఏం డౌన్ అయినా రిఫ్రెష్ చేస్తున్నాను. Can you please refresh, Sandeep?
Yeah.
అలాగే నేను ఫాలో అయింది. మనకి నెట్వర్క్ కనెక్షన్ ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది రైట్ బాటమ్ లో ఎర్రర్ మెసేజ్ రైట్ సైడ్ కింద వచ్చి
I'm also getting the same error.
But just check ఒకసారి. Okay, fine. So just wait for some time, Sandeep. They are looking at it. Yeah. Fine. So I think, yeah, Mahendra, you can share your desktop. Okay, I think USA part is done, right? Now we can send what we can give what is called other than default or other than USA and G and see what we are going to get it. Mahendra, can you please share your system?
Mahendra is not, he's going to break in 5 minutes. He will come back.
Okay, yeah, Rao. Okay, Rao. No. Rao, are you there? Fine, I think the others can share. Over is Dan and Raya.
I'm getting the same network.
And I think Rahul shared it. Thank you, Rahul.
But I can't see his screen.
Ah, it's like a movie screen, huh? On top. Mohsin, yours is okay. You have not done it.
Sorry, I got disconnected, Narasimha. Hello.
I think let me use my system. Mohsin, you are doing. Mahendra has come in. Mahendra, please share it.
Okay.
Yes, Mahendra, yeah, this is fine. This we discussed. Now you need to pass some, go to mapping, pass some wrong input, which is not part of case labels. We gave USA, India, G, right? Germany, 3. Other than that, I can apply. Just give, let us say, R. Yeah, or RUS. Fine. Now, so what will be the result, guys, with this default case block, right?
Yeah, default.
Yeah, India case block should get executed.
Should I run it?
Yes. Yeah, just run it. Yes, so we should get only postal coordinate, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so second one is what? Null. So that's it. So whatever comes in, same thing will just will be sent to what? Postal coordinate. So even if you send either G or IND also the same result. For G, you'll have, I think that's also same. I think we connected to init only, right? Yeah, it's also
Yes.
same. So that's it about usage of conditions. Likewise, you can have nested conditions also. We did only one level, right? Within a condition, we have one. Then again, within that also we can have multiple, but it's not advisable, guys, because too many levels of nested, right, will lead to a lot of performance. Sometimes it will go in what recursive also, so which is very difficult to identify, like where it went wrong. So too many levels is not recommended. Yeah, one is fine, a max 2. So if needed, we can use it, but it's not recommended. Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. So now let's go back to what another topic, which is going to be what next layer, which is very important layer, match layer. Yeah. So let us start with that. Yeah. So
Narasimha,
yes.
sorry for interruption. Actually, I'm getting connection error because you have exhausted the limit like that.
Or like whatever Sandeep's getting, right? That's what I mean.
Yeah, I think.
What's the ID, madam?
164.
154.
No, 164.
164. Okay. Connection at 164 and 101. Okay. Tell him. Anyway, I'll be covering theory now. So meantime, I'll just inform so that he'll fix it.
Okay, sure.
Okay, now let us start getting into what another layer, which is going to be match layer. So in that, go to 164 at problem. 164. It won't be ready yet on the 20 minutes low. Much yard padguna chahi. Now let us start getting into this match. Yeah. So within this match, so let me just give some highlights here. So match layer will be used to identify duplicate records, and this particular duplicacy will be expressed based on what exact matches or probable matches. Yeah. So that's it. No. So within exact, we expect 100% of match, probable less than or equal to 100% of match. Just remember this. Now let's get into what slides. Yeah, so that's introduction part. Now we need to understand what all need to be considered while configuring match and also merge. Yeah. Then master strategy that we use to identify matching records with the exact matching strategy or fuzzy or probable matching strategy. Now, population, remember guys, we will be dealing with multiple countries, right? So let's say USA, India, and so on. So the way we represent data for each country would differ. Yeah. So that's where, so let's say we are dealing with US, then we'll be referring USA population. We are referring India means India population, which is just like reference data, nothing else. Yeah. Next, while configuration, the first thing we need to do what are the contributed columns that will be used to identify the matching records. I repeat, the contributed columns that will undergo as part of the match. Yeah. And then in case if you are dealing with fuzzy matching strategy, then only this match key is applicable, because let us say we are dealing with address. Yeah. Then we'll select what address match key. Similarly, if you go with the person match key. If you go with organization match key. So which means what? Our key focus point would be based on what? Appropriate matching key, which we call fuzzy matching key. Yeah. So that we are going to use. Based on this, tokenization would take place. I'll come to that. For now, you can just remember that based on this particular selection of matching key. Yeah. So tokenization would take place because the kind of tokenization process that happens for address match key differs from organization or person match key. Example. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm just trying to do some highlights. Then once we have a match path identified, right? Match path in case if we have linkage like a parent child or hierarchical linked tables, then match path would come in. If you don't have that, if you have only one root base object table, then match path is not applicable. So this is applicable for one hierarchical or second a simple parent-child relationship base object tables. Next, let us say we have got rule. What is a rule? It's an expression or a mathematical formula. And that formula could be based on one column or two columns or n number of columns. Why? This particular rule or rules will be used for what? To identify the matching records. Yeah. Now, if you want to organize a group, these rules, we can do it by using what? Match rule sets. So rule set 1 comprises of 2 rules. Rule set 2, let's say, is a collection of 3 rules, whatever. It's a set of rules. It's as simple as, for example, exact rule set, 2 rules, fuzzy rule set. Likewise, you can have what you call n number of rule sets, or we can also think, let's say, hourly rule set, daily rule set, weekly rule set, and so on. So we can have corresponding rules based on the type of rule set, daily, weekly, hourly, monthly, whatever, right? So that way we can categorize the rule sets and associated match rules. Clear, guys? Next, primary key match rules, we normally don't use it, but in case if you get data from multiple sources or 2 source systems example, where there is a primary key match, then we start in order to perform both match and merge based on primary key match rules. Yeah. In case if you get it, for example, let's say customer ID from one source where we expect customer ID from some other source also, similar customer ID. In such cases, we can go for it. Or let's say product IDs, assuming that there are 2 manufacturing companies where they follow similar SKU numbers, which we call product numbers. In such cases, we can use product number as what? Primary key. Then start performing building match rules, and also corresponding merge also would take place. Yeah. That's a second example. Likewise, you can think many examples, but that's a rarely happening scenario because these things we can also take care in normal match rules. So normal match rules are superset of this. But if you want to emphasize towards only primary keys, then we can go for it. So next, I think we talked about it. Match keys distribution. So this is applicable in case if you have fuzzy matching strategy. That's the first thing. And second, so we need to understand what we call histogram or binomial distribution, where we can see the based on the filter, like how much is the probable match. So we can see like a histogram graph where we can apply filter and see how many probable matches that one can have. So this particular match keys distribution graph is going to help us in order to carry out the analysis, which is going to be the result of tokenization process. Just remember that line. I'll elaborate it. And merge settings, yeah. So yeah, after match, this merge comes into picture. So where we can start defining merge rules. Yeah. So are we going to use a default merge rules, or are we going to define one as unique, others only can contribute for merge? Likewise, you can define multiple merge rules. Yeah. Then external match architect. External match basically, I think we talked about, it's not a match. So we use this for as a test bed environment for load. Yeah. So we don't use it in reality, but before we perform actual load, we use what? External match. Yeah. So that's just the introduction part. Now let's elaborate. So we are going to focus on what? Fourth layer, which is going to be the match layer. Yeah. So now, so let us try to understand the prerequisites. What are the prerequisites for loading layer, guys? One, schema. Second, stage. Yes or no? Stage tables. Yeah. So once you have that ready, right? then we can start getting into loading. But similarly, for match, so what are the prerequisites here? So we need to have, we need to identify the columns or key business columns that can be used to contribute or to identify duplicate records. So then the general proposed total number of that are duplicate. Remember, guys, so we need to make sure that we get some duplicate records. Yeah, let's say out of 100 records, there could be at least 5-10 duplicate records, whatever. Yeah, proportional basically around 50%. That's what I call average business case that we consider. But even if you have 5-10%, also we can still consider, because so whatever percentage that we get today, it could be 5-10%, and after a while it could be even 30%. Likewise, it can go on. So which means at least some percentage of duplicacy we expect. If you have unique records, right, then there is no point in using what this MDM. Yeah, we expect at least some percentage of duplicacy. Yeah. So now let us start understanding like what all need to be considered as part of what match. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Narasimha,
Now,
can you go into the full screen mode?
yes, please.
Can you go into the full screen mode?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, is it?
All right. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So, yeah. So now, in order to define the match rules, yeah, first thing we need to understand what we call top level properties, which we call global properties. Remember, guys. So what are the global properties that we expect, guys? One is going to be what? Number of contributed match columns. Yeah. So because if we have, let us say, 10 business columns, out of them, only some can contribute to identify matching record. Let's say 3. So those things we need to identify, add those columns as part of match columns. Can you see? Yeah. That's the first thing. Example, name and address. So that's an example. But we have zip code, city, state, all that. Yeah. So let's say we are not considering all of them. Instead, we are considering what we call name and address. Yeah. Next, match rule set. So based on this 2 columns, right? Let's say we expect name column as what? Exact. Yeah. So then we can define exact rule set, 1 match rule set. Then match rule is what? Name column. Based on name column, we add exact match rule. That's it. Now, once we are done with that, the next step is what? Same thing. We can define one more rule set, which is based on, let us say, fuzzy rule set. Instead of this, right? I think let me try to show it from a tool. Yeah. So let me try to connect. Yes. So let me make it full screen. Yeah. Now let us take any base object table. Let's say we are using as a view of customer, where we have got some columns, right? C1, C2, C3, whatever. So in order to configure this particular match, so we use what? Match mods setup. This is what I was saying. So global properties, right? Match columns. From where we'll get this match columns, guys? So we can go to match columns tab, where let's say we are not using any key type, meaning we are focusing on, let us say, match our strategy is what? Exact. Let us start with that. Yeah. So exact match strategy. In that case, if you go to match columns, can you see nothing is there? Earlier, by default, we have seen fuzzy, right? That is why we could have put 3 extra properties for fuzzy only. That's why we are focusing on exact. In that case, those columns are not applicable, or those properties we can say. Yeah? Now, let us add one column. Why we are trying to add? Because so we need to see the value corresponds to what? Match columns, which means if we add any column here, right? And after that, if you save it, we could able to see the reflection of it over here. Yeah? So let us add it. So click on plus and supply the field name. That's a C2 exact example. Assuming that C2 column, you're going to expect what exact. Remember, guys, so there is a difference between a field and column in this context. So what is the definition here? A field is a collection of one or more columns. For example, let us say C2, 1. One or more means we can also have one more. So which means C2 field is equal to concatenation of C2 and C3. That's what it means. Or we can also have equal to column. Field is equal to column. Could be anything. So that's why it's a collection of more than or equal to column. One or more columns. Yeah? So that's it. And then say okay. Yeah? So yeah, in the top pane, we can see what? Field name, column type exact, path component root, because we have got only one base object table, which is a BO customer. Yeah. In the bottom, on the left side, all the available columns in the base object table. Let's say we have C1, C2, C3. Out of them, we have selected C2. On the right side, selected C2 column. In a sense, for this particular field, we are using what? C2 column. So though we have 3 columns, C2 is going to be the contributing column per match. Remember this. Yeah? Now we can save it. So please try adding it. Sandeep, please try to check now.
Yeah, working for me.
It's working, huh?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Narsimha, still I'm not able to connect.
Okay, 164, right?
Yeah.
Just wait for some time, madam. He's working on that.
Okay.
Okay. So now, okay. So one column we added, right? So we need to see the effect of it here. Can you see here? We got one, which means depending upon whatever column that we add, right? We can see reflection of it in what? Properties. Similarly, same thing. Match rule sets. Rule set is what? A collection of rules. For what? For matching we are using. That's a match rule set. To get that number, we can just go to this match rule sets tab, where we can just click on plus. And let us say in this case, we are trying to add what? Exact rule set based on what? Let's say one column. Yeah. So we are trying to add a rule set based on only one column, which is, let's say, C2 column, just to start with. Yeah. Yeah. Say okay. Now, so now we can save it and see the, yeah. Can you see here? Say okay, because we have not added any rules in the right bottom, right? That's why we are getting this message. So we can see here, see one rule set we added, right? Now match rules in active set. So we have not added anything. That is why it's empty. Now let us add it. On the right bottom, click on plus. So before that, let's come from the top. If you want to apply any condition, which means if you want to limit the number of rows, for example, so we need to identify matching records based on some region. Let's say AP, which is Asia Pacific region. Then we can apply filter condition here. Or else, if you want to apply match for all the regions, western, east, whatever, right? Then we don't need to enable. Let's say we are going with what all the regions. So click on plus and then click on edit button and select C2 exact.
Hi, Narasimha.
Yes, please.
For me, this match column is not getting saved. I think the repository connection has been lost. So I'm getting the error, a repository exception occurred while communicating the server.
Okay, can you please share again?
Yeah, okay.
Not saved means something wrong. So your server went down or what? Or client disconnect, one of them. Where is that?
1 second. रुकना है यार.
Ankit?
Yes, hearing.
It's working, huh? Where is that? It's not, no VM. Huh? I think you have not shared at a screen.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Okay. Okay. Click on details. Okay. Go. Okay. Which column you are using here? That's okay. Say okay. It's not saving. No? You are using C2. I got it. I can just close the console and reopen that. Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Okay.
You can see that. So, but anyway, I'm just going to show it. So take your own time. No hurry. I'm just covering theory only. Okay? Fine. Just by showing the tool, I'm doing it. Fine. Say okay. Now, probably can just concentrate on it. Yeah? Tool now, don't need to worry. So can you see here? So again, confusion here. We gave C2 exact as field, right? But here again, they gave columns. This kind of confusions are there some places. Yeah. Now let us understand on the right side. So we can have what we call match subtype in case we have parent-child relationship or whatever, or else it's not applicable. Then we can also have non-equal matching. You know, let's say one record has got 3 columns. second record 3 columns. Out of them, 2 got matched, 1 is not. Yeah. Now, null match. By default, null to null. First record null, second record null, C3 column example. So we don't consider those records as matching records. But if we enable this, null matches with the null. In that case, we consider even, which means nulls also will be contributed to identify matches. That's what it means. Null matches the not null. For example, C1, C2, C3. C1, C2, not null data where there is a match. But C3, first is what? Not null. Second is a null. Still, we can consider those records as what? Matching records. But this is applicable only for exact matching strategy. Next, segment matching.
Nathima, can you come again on this non-equal matching, please?
Null matches?
Non-equal matching.
This one, right?
No, non-equal matching. The checkbox. Third option.
This one. Yeah, non-equal means that's what I said. So non-equal means, let us say first row has got 3 columns. C1, C2, C3. And second row has got, let us say, again C1, C2, C3. C1, C2, there is a match. Yeah. And but C3, there is no match. Still, we consider those records as what? Matching records. Can you see? Null matches the not null. So third column, let us say null. But another row, not null. But first 2 columns where there is a match. In that case, we consider those records as what? Matching records. Similarly, so non-equal match case, we got a null. Yes or no? Null matches the null, which means first row, third column null, second row, third column null. Still, we consider those records as matching record because we are including nulls. By default, nulls will not undergo as part of match. Yeah. Now, let us say we don't have both. It is disabled. In that case, non-equal match, which means it's not mandatory that both the rows should get matched. Yeah. So let's say out of 3 columns, 2 got matched, 1 need not have to have match. But how much is a percentage that we can define? But yes, non-equal case also we can consider the records as what? Match. That's a non-equal part. Now segmenting. Segment means what? Part. Let us say for today's business, we need to focus on what? Subset, which let us say AP, Asia Pacific part. No? So which means within AP only, we go with what? Identifying matches. But if you select all data, right? Then it will consider all, or else it will take only subset. That's where segmenting part would come. But this is applicable only for what? Only for what? Exact matching strategy, not for fudging. Now, can you see here? There's one more here, mutual exclusive part. If you try to enable segment match, we cannot go with what? Non-equal. See, we cannot enable because mutual exclusive. So only one we can select, either non-equal match or segment match. Let's say we are focusing segment, then non-equal will not be considered. So we can go with either complete data or segment match values we can define here. So that's about multiple properties. So we can think of multiple probable combinations.
That match subtype, match, can you go to that match subtype?
Yeah, match subtype
is it not
basically
available for exact match? Okay.
Sorry?
So yeah,
No.
can you explain that again? Match subtype.
Yeah, it is not enabled. We cannot enable this. But anyway, concept is, let us say, if you want to what you call, if you have parent-child relationship, example, yeah, then in that case, what do? We can define enable match subtype. Yes or no? Then based on the subtype, it's just like a what? Grouping the records. Yeah, like for example, grouping based on what? Region 1. So what do you call? Only region 1 data, you'll get to see that. In that case, we go with what? Mapping subtype, like a parent-child relationship. Yeah? Like company and detailed company in the child table. Yeah. In that case, we go with what? Enabling mass subtype, or else it is not. Yeah.
But then it is similar like segment, right? We are segmenting the data based on some particular type.
No,
We
no,
are
no.
restricting
This
the
is
data.
no. Here we define explicitly like what is the segment match values. But here,
Okay.
without defining also, you got right? Yes or no? For all, it is going to consider parent-child relationship. But here we define what is segment out. Let's say there are 3 regions. Here we focus on, let us say, one region specific. We edit values here. Yes or no? But here it's not.
So that's the only difference between them.
Sorry?
So that is the only difference between these two. Here we can define our own values, and in math
Yes.
subtype we
Here
can't.
we have a complete set for all the
Okay.
regions.
Okay.
It doesn't matter for which region. It's for all. Mass subtype is for wherever there's a linkage, it is applicable. But here, segment is just like a filter. Remember, this is basically a link. So that way you can just remember the difference.
So
It's based on what? Parent-child relationship. So this is based on what? Subset of data based on the filter condition. Yeah.
Okay.
Got right?
So,
Narasimha.
Narasimha, I have one question actually. So,
Yeah.
For subtype, that is a parent-child relationship, right? If we have like same name, and if we want to get same
Like a
country's
manager,
data.
team member.
Okay. Okay.
You got right?
Yes. And for
Yeah.
segment matching, if I am putting some value here actually in the segment match values, then from which column it is searching actually the corresponding value, the
C2 exact.
C2.
We selected this C2 exact, right?
Okay.
This one.
But
So we are doing this for selection only. We selected this.
But it is for the one column, right? If we have multiple match column, then from which
No.
column?
One sec. So there are multiple columns. One of the column is what? Region column. Within the region, we are trying to apply a match. So that region column we focus here. Correct, no? Then on top of it, for example, this is a region, right? Yes, sir. Then we'll also have some other contributed columns. Yeah. So apart from this, but here, this is a one column as part of match. Yeah.
So, okay. So, it's actually in C2 exact match columns, we have selected only one column, right? But we can select multiple column as well. I mean, C2, CT.
Yeah.
So then how it will find the value in multiple
No.
columns?
Let us say here we have got one exact column we selected, right? Yes, sir. So we have, let us say, C3, C4, C5, all that. Yes, sir.
Right.
Out of them, let's say for segmenting, we are focusing on what? C2 exact only. Ayan? Yes, sir. Then we define segment match. Then add one more, what you call rule, which is based on what? Some other columns which are not based on segment. You got right? Here segment match based on C2 here, which is AP. You got right?
Yes, but
some other match rules where we may not use what segmenting. Yeah. So which means while which means what, just like a filter. If the input data satisfy this particular filter condition, then only those records will undergo as part of match. You got right? Likewise, you can add n number of values here. One, I have just shown it. We can add n number of values here. Ayan?
So for match, when we are actually creating these match columns, right? So in that case, actually we should be only selecting one column, or we can have multiple column. I mean, combination of multiple column.
You can multiple
That's
columns.
one or more I said. So when you try to add columns, right? We can have, for example, here you can see one, right? We can also add one more, which is C1 or whatever. Which
Right.
means the
That
field is going to be a combination of more than one.
right. So in that case, actually, the field name is consisting of multiple columns, right?
Yes.
Now, this multiple column, I mean, this AP, for the segment matching, this AP is being searched within multiple columns, right?
Exactly. If it matches right within the data, whatever we are expecting this particular
Yes, yes,
values,
got
right? Then they'll undergo, or else no. Yeah.
Okay. And one more question, actually, sorry, divert. So one more question is that you have shown this now filter, right? Filter option when you are selecting. Yes.
This one.
So what is the difference between? I mean, in filter also we can select like region-wise data, right? And then what is the need of
this is at rule level. This is for all the rules. See, this is for this particular rule alone, Ayan. This is for all the rules, which means let us say we got 100 rules. Then C1 less than 10 I'll put here. Then only the record is satisfied that condition, right? All the rules will be applicable for those records only. But here, for this
only
particular
for
rule
one.
alone.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah, Narsama. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same question on that. Means can you open that edit button for one segment match? Yeah, if we have multiple rows, right? C1, C2, C3, and you are saying in the segment match it is going to check in each column, right? Because we don't have the feasibility to
selected column here.
yeah,
Segmenting
C2.
Yeah.
But in match column we have C1, C2, C3, suppose, right? Because it is not giving any freedom to select any column here, right? It is taking by default from the match column when you are creating the rule.
When you are creating what? When you are creating this particular rule, we selected this. For this only we are segmenting it.
Yeah, but column from where it is taking? It is taking from match column, right? The third tab.
Yes. This will come from match column.
Yeah, match column, right? So if you have C1, C2, C3, right? And if AP is coming in, AP is in first row, AP is coming in C1, but in the second row, AP is coming in C2. So if it is going to take the segment match, then it will check C1 from C2 as well, right?
In that case, so we need to form this field based on C1 and C2. That's what, while creating this match column, it could be a collection of one or more.
Yeah. So in that case, it is also the match. If AP is coming in C1 and AP is coming in C2 as well in the second row, this is also the match.
Yes, it could happen in case if you expect that. So here, let's say we're expecting this AP from C2. No. It could happen. So what you said is also right. It can see AP also can also come C1, C2, but in reality, right, we made meaningful columns. Yes or no? Yeah.
Okay.
So meaningful columns means usually the region column means region we expect from region column, not from other columns. But if you have a text, simple text, where we expect this region name as part of the text, then only it's applicable, or else logically we go with what? One column where we expect this particular segment, not for all other columns, logically. But if you have, then we can also use it, but nothing wrong in that. Yeah.
But the number of permutation combination is so large in that case, if it is going to match the segment for each column, because we don't have the freedom to select any column, right? So it is, if it is going to check in all the column, then the
Not all the
combination is
whatever
we selected in the match.
Exactly, you are right. Perfect. That is correct. Yeah. So not.
Hey, Nrsimha, if you can go back to that screen. So we have defined rule set, then rules, right? Before that, match columns we have defined.
Yes.
In terms of the data set, if I talk about, okay, let me step back. You can have filter at rule set level. Then for individual rule as well, we can apply the filter. The data set filtering. What would be the sequence of it? Like data will get filtered at this level first?
Yes, first filter followed by rules.
Okay. Okay, cool.
That's the order of evaluation. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Narsia, can you?
Narasimha, Rahul, are you going ahead? Okay. So Narasimha, can you please go to edit for C2 exact?
Okay.
Yeah. So for the non-equal matching, right? Here we are saying that this particular match rule will be applicable only for the columns which we have selected in match columns, right? So here we have mentioned that column type as a exact, right? So whenever it will match the values, it will check the records for which the values from C2 column are exactly getting matched. So that will like the MDM will create a group for those records only, right? But then this non-equal matching, right? So you have mentioned that it will be applicable for the third column, right? The C3 or C1 kind of.
Exactly.
Is it so?
Yes. For example, what I gave was example non-equal match. We selected, right? Yes or no? Then let us say we selected null matches the not null. Let us take this combination. Yeah. So let's say C1, C2, C3. 3 columns we have taken. But here contributed column matches C2U. Now what happens here? First two C1, C2, there is an exact match. Clear, right? But C3, where there is no exact match, because first row there is a null, second row no null. This not null data we have it, but still we can consider the records as got matched, because C2 we formed based on C1, C2, C3 concatenation. Like we select here as part of match columns, right? We select 3 here. You can see, right? 1, then select 2, then select 3. So 3 are contributing. Out of them, C1, C2, there is a match. You got right. But C3, 1 is not null, other is what? Null. Based on this configuration, like what we have seen it here. This one, right? So select this, select this, select this. I'm talking about one combination. In this case, see what I said was this combination I said. C1, C2 is an exact match. C3, 1 not null, other is what? In that case, we can still consider the records as what? Matches. You got right?
Yeah. So like the combination or the properties right now which we have set, it is for like where we have selected C1, C2, C3, all the 3 columns, right, and not only C2, right? But
not
what
only
if
C2,
we,
3
yeah,
columns
what if we only selected C2 and no concatenation with C1 and C3? In that case, like
in
this
that case,
property will be
non-equal match,
redundant, right?
it doesn't make sense.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Fine. So let us start with one now. So let us say we are just disabling null because we don't have any null anyway. Say okay, one column we picked up here. This is also not applicable. Say okay. Fine. So that's it. Now save it. Now, once you save it, what are the backend tables where it gets saved?
Narsia, one question on this. Because that will be relevant. Here also the concept of match batch versus match pool comes in. So can you explain that? Because the filtering condition you apply, that only prevents records at a match batch level, but it can match at the match pool level. If that concept, maybe you can cover later or now.
Yes, I'll cover that. I think
okay.
we talked about to some extent when we talked about properties, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll explain. Yes, I think
okay.
we discussed
Okay.
it, Rahul.
No
I'll talk about it, Rahul. No, fine. So usually when you try to apply match for large data, yeah, then we divide that into multiple batches. So that time I'll talk about it, Rahul. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So can we see the rule configuration? Sorry, Narasimha.
Rule which this one, huh? This
yeah.
one.
Okay, so you selected disabled. All right.
Yeah, fine. So now, so we added one rule set and one rule. Now let us see the effect of it over here. Can you see here? So match rules of active set. What is meant by active? Remember, guys, so we can have n number of rule sets, but at any given point in time, there'll be only one rule set which will be active, which means it's bold in color. Here it's bold in color, right? Let's say if we add dummy rule set, let's say I'll just put dummy here. So which is not active. Can you see? It is not bold in color. No? If you try to make it active here, yeah, now it doesn't have any rules. Now if you go and if save and look at the effective properties, it will be empty. This is 0 because it doesn't have any rules. Yeah, that's what the effect of active. You can see, right? So match rules in active set is what? 0. Yeah, because in dummy we don't have anything. Now if you try to make this as active, you can see button, right? So click on that, save. Now you will have 1. Yeah, so that's configuration of this active rule set. Yeah, now you can see that. I hope it is clear. Yeah. So now primary key match rules. If you define primary key, what do you call match rules over here, then only we can see the effect of it, or else it will be 0. Yeah. Now let us talk about maximum matches for manual consolidation. So who can answer this question, guys? Yeah. So we talked about, when we talked about data flow process, we have seen manual merge and auto merge. Yes or no? So here we are trying to focus on what? Manual merge. Who does that? Data steward. So now the question. So in the context of what you call maximum matches for manual consolidation, how many matches that we could allow for data steward to consider matches? So that number we can define it here, because if we define too large number over match, very smaller number also under match. So depending upon the kind of domain and corresponding criticality that we deal with, we need to come up with this number. This number, anyway, we need to get it from data steward. So one more factor they need to consider that their bandwidth also. So because there are too many matches for manual consolidation, right? So they need to put in a lot of effort to look at all the records and then take a decision like what to merge and what not to merge. Remember that. Yeah. So we can define, let's say 100,000, 10,000, whatever, depending upon criticality. If you want more loosely coupled matches, then we can give the larger number. If we expect very closer matches, then we can give the lesser number. And accordingly, other rules also we need to define. We'll come to that. For now, you can just remember that how many maximum matches that will be allowed for manual consolidation. That is the number. It's a upper limit number for data stewards. Yeah. So now the next property, number of rows per match job batch cycle. Remember, if you have 100 rows input, yeah, so then, or let's say if you have 1,000 rows, 10 batches, how many rows per batch? 100 rows. So that number we can define it over here. Clear, right? So which means this will tell us like how many number of divisions that we are doing based on the input data. Yeah? So again, this number we need to define based on amount of data and also the corresponding resources that we have. For example, can we process 1 million records just by using, let's say 16 CPU box and then 1 TB RAM and let us say 10 TB hard disk. These are the inputs. Based on that, can we process 1 million or 1 billion records? If the answer is no, then divide the input data into what? Multiple chunks, so that we can process it in what? Optimal way by using one, available resources, and second, we can also consider what these resources for other applications also. Remember, so number of rows per match job by cycle. Yeah? we can define. So how many rows? So, and based on that, divisioning would take place. Now, accept all unmatched rows as unique. Meaning what? Let us say, if you say yes, then what happens? There could be many rows where they may not have any matches. So we consider those records as unique records. Now the question, can we convert those unique records as golden records or not? If you say yes, then run auto merge job. All the rows where there are no matches, right, will be considered as what? Unique records or golden records. Remember that. That's one thing. And second, let us say we identified matches and we need to let's say there are two matches. Then we need to convert those two matching records to one record, which is going to be the golden record. In that case also, so we need to enable this property as what? Yes, and run auto merge job so that two matching records will be converted to one golden record with consolidation indicator value 1. Remember that. Fine. Anyway, this effect you can see with once you run and look at the effect of it in the backend tables so that you will get a better clarity. I'm just trying to provide a definition here. Yeah. Now, mass or strategy, I think we talked about it. Exact or fuzzy. Let's say we are focusing on exact. This means if you have 100% of match, then we can consider those records as matching records. Anything less than 100% of match or 99.99 also would not be considered as matching records. Yeah? And fuzzy population is not applicable here because for exact, no fuzzy, no population. For fuzzy matching strategy only, we need that. Next property, match only previous row objects. Now I think we need to talk about it. This is one of the optimal option. Yeah? So for example, let us say we have got run 1. Yeah? Row ID objects 1, 2, 3 and run 2. Let's say we got 4, 5, 6. That's the 3 more rows. I'm just talking about. What is the default behavior to identify matching records for run 2? Options. All 6 rows or only 3 rows will be part of match or only last 3 rows will compare the previously processed 3 rows or previously processed 3 rows will compare the arrival new rows or which combination that we choose here. So default option is what? What is the default option, guys? All rows. In a sense, all means we load 4, 5, 6 onto base object table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So which means once you load the complete data onto this base object table, then we'll start with what? Comparison. How the comparison would take place? 1 with the rest of the records, 1 with the 2 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First one. Second with what? Rest. Third with what? Rest. And so on. This is what happens. It's a default behavior, like how match would take place. Now, if you want to override this particular default behavior, that's what is this particular property, which is match only with what? Previous row ID objects. Previous row ID means what? So like if you look at this particular run 1, run 2, which means in this case, so it is going to compare 4, 5, 6 with 1, 2, 3. Meaning what? With override case, right? Override case, what happens? 4 will compare with 1, 2, 3. Then 5 will compare with 1, 2, 3. Then 6 will compare with what? 1, 2, 3. So this is what happens. So with this, how many combinations we are reducing it here? So let's say many actually. In this case, there are many comparisons, but here
Can't hear you, Narasimha. Can you hear me? Others?
Yes, you can hear me, but I can't hear
Yes.
Ashima.
Okay. Maybe there is a network problem.
Oh, sorry, guys. So, yeah, in this case, we are cutting down the number of comparisons, compared to default behavior. So that is why we call it as what? Performance option, you can say. Yeah. Clear, guys, this option so far, like what we discussed?
Yeah. So, Narasimha, I have one question. So, if this is the behavior with better performance, then why it is not default?
No, that's what I said. So why it is not default? Because if you try to reduce the number of comparisons, right, definitely we are not going to achieve 100% of accurate master data. Because if you have too many comparisons, right, definitely you are going to get proportionate accuracy of the creation of master data. Remember that. But let us say if you are sure about what you have done in the previously processed run, right? Then we can take a call on this particular choosing this, or else it is better not to choose, because this performance option is there because one, non-mission critical data, and second, what, let's say what, if you know like what you have done in earlier run, then we can take a call on this, or else we should not do it. Clear, right?
Yeah. So one more question is that, as you said that if you override this rule actually, then 4 will be compared with 1, 2, 3, 5 will be compared with 1, 2, 3, 6 will be compared with 1, 2, 3. But within 4, 5, 6, it will not be compared, right?
No. That's what it means.
Okay.
Compare new data with the previously processed data. That's what the line, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So
But there might be
within itself there could be a match. Yes, you are right.
Yes, yes.
But no. But yeah, you are right. Within 4, 5 compare, no, there might have a match. But assuming that these are all the unique records. Let's say this is from SAP, this is from CRM, this is from legacy. Let us take this. And that too, data itself is a unique data. In that case, we take this particular decision to enable this option. So these are the factors we consider before we enable this option. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good question. Any other questions, guys? Match, you can ask many hundreds of questions. Yeah.
Yeah, Narasimha. So going to the properties of match rule again.
Yeah, tell me, I remember.
Yeah, so there we have one property where maximum matches for manual consolidation is 1000, right? So what if in the first run itself we have too many matches, right? Which are exceeding the 1000 and which are valid,
It will stop there.
valid matches basically, and it should get manual merge.
Match will stop because we have already defined the upper limit.
Yeah, and whatever like at whatever level it will get stopped, then in next run will those records will again get considered or not? Like what?
No.
Okay.
No. Because it's stop, let's stop, and the data store will take those records to perform consolidation. Next run, others will be participated. Yeah? So we'll take out, right? We have already converted those things as golden records. The count will cut down.
Yeah, but the records which are like after 1000, right?
Whatever record that
Those will get contributed again.
All will be contributed. That's a default. Yeah, it's simple. Wherever there's indicator value 2, consolidation indicator value 2, right? All will be contributed. Yeah. Before 2 actually. 3 or 4. That's what I meant. Then it will be converted to 2, which is match as done.
Okay. And the other property where we are saying that number of rows per match job per batch cycle is 10, right? So let's suppose
that
we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
let's
per batch,
suppose.
how many rows? That's what it means.
So like, is it means we have 20 records in source, and we have selected this property as number of rows is 10, right? So it will split the source data into 10 records and 10 records. Is it so?
Two batches.
Yeah, but in two batches. But while performing the match, right, we should consider all 20 records, right? And not only 10.
Yeah, one second. Yeah, this is a good question, but it's a straightforward question answer. Remember, two batches means 10, right? Yes or no? Individually, this match would take place here for this batch, But after that, consolidation means not real consolidation. I will say I'll use some other word. Combined data, combined match, right? Which means here there will be some matches, right? Here there will be matches, right? Again, within itself, match would take place. Result of 20 records will be compared at the end, or else will not get right functionality result, right? Yes or no? This only for divisioning. Individually they match. Just to make it fast. Then after that, again within itself match would take place because it will be fast, right? Once it is indexed, no. First time it index will take place, right? When you say match. Then once it is indexed one will be much faster. If you try to what you call match across batches, that would take place. First divisioning input data in multiple batches. Then after divisioning, right? Then combined match also would take place. Remember, or else you will not get right result, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a normal behavior, guys. Any warehousing tool, not specific to this. This is a common thing, not specific to Informatica MDM.
So this is more from the performance standpoint, right, Narasimha?
Which one? Yes, exactly. Like a divisioning, like usage of resources effectively by division.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you are trying to talk about kind of load balancing one day, I think, right? So
Yes.
yeah,
Exactly.
we are trying to want to distribute the resources across a number of boxes based on the rules. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So yeah, so I think we'll stop here. And we'll tomorrow at what time? I think if we confirm 8:30 or 8. Come on.
8:30. So we have taken a poll and maximum have.
Voting, right? 22
Yeah.
people have responded. 8:30.
Yes. So 8:30 to 1:30 is the time.
19 people. Fine. Majority, yeah? 8:30, right?
Yes.
Okay, then we'll start at 8:30 tomorrow. Thanks to all.
Hi, Narasimha. Hi, Narasimha. Actually, my MDM is stuck and I'm getting different kind of error, like unknown error. Can I share my screen?
Which is your ID, madam?
164.
One?
164.